In the following question, the question states that iron rusts when exposed to oxygen in the presence of water. So he's dealing with the rusting of iron, and you ask which method will not slow down the rate of rusting of an iron. And the first option, so remember we want to prove which method would not slow down the rate of rusting. So if you look at option A states that you can attach strips of copper to it. So this is what you can do. So here is my piece of iron, and I'm going to attach strips of copper to it. So if I attach a tiny piece of copper to it, so that let's say this is copper, would it prevent rusting or not? So this object is made of iron. To figure that out whether it's going to stop rusting or not, I have to refer to the reactivity series. So here I have drawn the reactivity series, and you can see that iron, the elements on the left hand side are more reactive. So in the reactivity series, this side is the more reactive side, and metals, as you move to the right, they become less and less reactive. So if you look at iron over here, let me mark it with an asterisk. If you look at iron over here and copper over here, then iron is more reactive, which means what that means is that if anything is going to react, iron is the more reactive metal. So if oxygen is in the air, or water is in the around, or there's moisture in the atmosphere in the form of H2 or water vapors, then it's more likely to react with iron rather than copper. So copper would be the one that would actually be protected because of the iron, because everything would come and react with the iron. Oxygen gas or water in the air, their preference, iron being the more reactive, would be the first choice. They would try and react with iron, so iron would actually would rust very, very quickly. So attaching strips of copper to it would not do anything. It would not help it. It would what it would do is it's actually going to speed up rusting. So this option A is the correct option, because we were looking for an option, a method which would not slow down the rate of rusting. So it is this method. If you attach strips of copper to it, nothing would happen to the iron. It would actually increase the speed of rusting for the iron. And we're also going to look at the other options now. If you coat it with plastic, if you coat the iron piece with plastic, what that would do is it would prevent water or moisture or oxygen in the air from reaching the piece of iron. So it's going to protect it. Galvanizing it with zinc. So what we can do is we can get rid of copper and instead use zinc in its place. If I coat it with zinc, now if you look at zinc in the reactivity series, zinc is higher up in the reactivity series. What that would indicate is that since zinc is more reactive than iron, if zinc and iron are attached to each other, or if you're coating iron with zinc being the more reactive now. So let's remove the tag of being the more reactive element. I'm going to. So zinc is the more reactive metal now. So everything would now, whether it's oxygen or moisture, everything would now be reacting with zinc, and that would protect iron. So galvanizing it with zinc, with a more reactive metal, is going to protect iron from rusting. Similarly, painting it is also like putting a coating of something around the metal. That would prevent the oxygen and water from reaching the piece of iron. So painting, coating it with plastic, they would all work. These techniques would slow down the rate of rusting. But the first technique, attaching strips of copper, would not actually slow down the rate of rusting. So option A is the correct option for this question.